how did I end up with 3 different devices? Is that what I heard?
Exactly.
Okay. So, yeah, the mic is turned off. I did, like, anyway, it was like the most whisper. Anyway, so I ended up with 3 different devices. We got the Alexas first. And then we have 2 big Alexas and 1 Dot. And the Dot is kind of like, it's in the bedroom on the bedside table, and, you know, Alexa, what's the weather in San Francisco this morning? Alexa, news, this type of thing, basically, is what it's used for, and for Audible. In the kitchen, it's used for music, timer, and news, and weather. In the living room, it's mainly used just for music. The Google Home, we ended up getting because we have a Nest, and when you get Nest and the doorbell Nest, you get it with the Google Home. It's this whole package thing so that you can hear the person at the front door. It doesn't work particularly great on that regard. I end up using it I use the Nest doorbell more on my phone than I do with the actual Google Home device. And then how we ended up with Siri is because I have an iPhone, my son has an iPhone, my husband and other son are both Google users, so they have Android. But half the household are Apple fans, so that's how we end up having the Siri products. I will not buy an Apple HomePod until Siri is considerably better than what it is now. I just don't think it's worth it. It's basically a really nice speaker.
Okay, so you're using these devices to buy things, to buy groceries or anything for the house, right?
Nope.
No.
I don't buy a single thing through any of them, and nor does anybody else I know. Less than 2% of the owners of Alexa purchase anything through Alexa. Nobody does it. It's just, it's just very,
it's
very
just useless. Okay.
What?
It's useless as it is today.
It's really helpful. I like them, and I would get more in the house if my husband wasn't dead set against it. I like them, but I use them for, well, they replace a radio. Instead of turning on the radio, you say, you know, play Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, or play Freakonomics, or whatever, and then it plays the podcasts that I like. And, you know, it could play, when I was reading, or not reading, listening to Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. It's an incredible book to listen to, and I would actually do all these different things just so I could listen to the book, okay? So it's just, but it's not, you're not interacting with it in a way that is meaningful. It is a passive device that plays things, not an active device that can give you things, because it doesn't have a good enough technology. The voice recognition technology and all of the stuff behind it isn't good enough yet. We have at least 3 to 5 years before we get to a level of being even decent. It's extremely difficult to do good voice recognition technology.
Okay.
And everyone has overestimated how fast this market is going to go.
Okay, last question from my side is, I understand that you have a personal interest and a business interest to already have these devices at home, but do you have any idea what is the market penetration of these devices in US homes now?
You've gone away. Way too much echo. I did not understand what you said. Can you get closer to the actual computer?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, now you can hear you great.
Okay, I said, I understand that you have a personal and a business interest to have these devices at home, but do you have any idea what is the market penetration of these devices in the US homes now? How popular these devices are as we speak?
I actually don't have a business interest in this. My agency, we do PR, but we do PR for mainly B2B, and the limited B2C that we work with is not anything that would be sold through a device, through voice. So it's really not a concern.
Yeah, but a personal interest as a marketer, right?
Well, yeah, marketing, but we focus. not all marketers do all things. Now, regarding the infiltration into homes, I did not look that up before we had this, so I don't have that number off the top of my head, but it's really easy just to check it out. I think that it's fairly prolific in middle to upper middle class homes. I'd say that, well, in the US period, everybody has at least one of these because everybody has a cell phone. And with a cell phone, you can use whatever voice recognition technology is on there. So most likely it'll be an Android device and they'll be able to say, hey Google.
Okay, someone has a question for Shira. No? Okay. Thank you very much for your time and for everything. It looks like voice search is something that will keep us busy in the coming years, but definitely not for now. So thank you for your time and everything, and we'll be in touch, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so Pano, do you want to start with the workshop?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the whole idea of the workshop is we're going to look into a website and try to work on that the same way that we had on the presentation. So we're going to analyze some and talk about the factors that we saw at the presentation. We tried to figure out which website we should be working on, and I believe we ended up choosing Germanos.
Yes.
Germanos. Why? Germanos is a brand that actually spends millions and millions and millions on advertising on the television, on the telly. Right? They have hundreds of stores. They're everywhere. And it's a very old brand. It's a brand associated to technology. But they don't keep up that much when it comes to SEO data. If you search for anything related to technology, you will not find their website. Scrooge is going to be there, Public and Pleasure, they compete a lot. Germanos is not there. Now, we want to take a look at the factors that we talked about before and how they fit with this case. Now, can you just resize the window so that we can see the HTML title? Just get it a bit low. Okay. Now, HTML title is probably one of the most important factors when you look into a website. So when we go to audit a website for SEO, first thing that we're looking into is homepage, and then we're looking into the HTML title, the title that appears on the tab, and then if you want to go and have a look at the title, then into the actual code, this is it. If you just don't want to go into the code and you just want to take a look, you can just leave your mouse over there and it will say homepage Germanos. Now, when you do SEO, there is no point into having homepage into that position. This is the most important SEO element in your website. If you're selling technology, you have to have technology-related keywords, not actually homepage, because nobody is searching for the word homepage. People are searching for mobile devices, for iPhones, this kind of stuff. The next factors, paragalo.
When you place titles, do you keep them in Greek format or do you use Greeklish?
We use exactly what people are searching for, and this is actually Greek now. It used to be Greeklish like a lot of years ago, but most people are searching in Greek, so we use Greek. Even if you type in Greeklish, most of the results that you get from Google are in Greek. So this is why we actually we use Greek. Also, we want like established brands like this one to have a proper setup, a proper use of the language.
So it's better to use Greek when you have
Exactly,
content.
exactly, yeah. That's probably the only way nowadays to do that. Second thing that we're looking into a website, and this is like the basics, if it has HTTPS. Germanos has it, that's a good sign. Let's say public didn't have it up until very recently, and they actually lost a lot of traffic because of not enabling the HTTPS on their website. Next thing that we want to look into a website when we're doing the audit is if they are mobile friendly. So if we look at any website, we can see even through our browser, like Chrome, we can go into this setting and enable the mobile, reload the whole thing. And this is how it looks. This is more or less mobile friendly. And let me explain what I mean by more or less. Just leave it there, thank you. Mobile friendly, it is important that you don't have to zoom to read anything. Simple as that. Now, can you actually read this? Probably not. You can read this one. Not sure if you can read this one, and it doesn't have to do with the projector. You cannot read this kind of stuff. And if you just scroll a bit, scroll down, reading this kind of stuff are not easy. This is good. This is a good example of mobile-friendly interface. But this is what we are actually looking at. I said before, never look at your website as a desktop website again. This is like 3 years ago. Look at your website as a mobile